first thing that might blow up might be the Latin scene out here.
Oh yeah,
I truly believe it. We have a really solid local Latin artist foundation out here. Truly, like I'm grateful and happy that I am in the front line of that. But there's many more local artists out here. Like we got Moniz, Monica the Great, JC Quinn, Solo Sky, Stefani. There's a bunch. There's a bunch of artists, and I truly believe that the Latin scene's gonna blow up here.
Number one blog in the universe. Today we got two very special guests from Lose It Music Group, Telly and Brittany. How's everything going?
Good. Yeah, it's Brittany.
Brittany.
Where'd you get your name from, Brittany?
I was named after Brett Favre, actually.
Really?
The football player.
So you're a Packers fan.
He's kind of canceled right now.
You're a Packers fan.
I am a Packers fan. I'm originally from Minnesota.
Oh, maybe Minnesota. That's why. Why not the Vikings?
Well, I was born in Wisconsin, and then
I
went to college in Wisconsin too. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone knows I'm a Cowboys fan, so I can't stand the Packers. But
he looked at you dead.
He's like, wait, I thought I liked you.
For a second there, yeah. Okay, so but you said originally born in Wisconsin, moved to Minnesota, then went to college in Wisconsin.
I lived like right on the border, so it was like.
Okay, back and forth.
Yeah.
What college did you go to?
UWL.
Okay.
UW lacrosse.
Oh, you played lacrosse?
You play lacrosse?
No, Lacrosse, Wisconsin is the city.
Okay.
So University of La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Okay. University of Wisconsin lacrosse? Or is that how you guys pronounce it?
Yeah, it's UWL, so University of Wisconsin Lacrosse. Like University of Minnesota.
Okay, yeah.
Or Madison.
Okay. And then when did you move to Colorado?
About 5 years ago.
Okay. What brought you here?
I graduated from college, from occupational therapy school, and then came here to get a job.
Okay.
Because I knew that I didn't want to stay in the Midwest area and wanted to go elsewhere and move to where is more open-minded, a city. I found myself a lot of times throughout like middle school and high school going to a lot of concerts, and being in the Midwest where I'm from, I'd have to drive like an hour and a half to Minneapolis or Madison or Milwaukee.
The dedication.
Yeah, to go to a concert. So
she's definitely a music lover.
Yes. Coming here and coming to Denver and go to concert literally every single weekend. So
Red
not even have to worry.
Greatest venue in the world, Red
exactly.
Rocks.
Yeah, and Red Rocks is one of the monumental venues in the world, I think.
No, for sure. You came over here from the Midwest. Telly.
Yes.
Are you originally from Colorado, or?
No, I've been in Colorado for about, this summer made it 17 years.
17?
Yeah, 17 years. I did move to LA in 2021 for like about 9 months, came back in 2022, but before that space, I did live in Colorado since 2007. I've been yeah.
Where are you originally from?
So I was born in Seattle, Washington. Both my parents were born and raised in Colombia, South America. From Seattle, I moved to Colombia. From Colombia, Finland, to Finland, Illinois, Colorado. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
you've been all over the world, not just.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I traveled a lot as a kid, and the reason I kind of call Colorado my home is because it's the longest place I've been in.
Right.
And I love Denver. I love our state. Even though we're the box state and people like to box us in, but
right.
There's a lot of talent out here.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So you were born in Seattle.
Yeah, I was born in Seattle.
Your parents are from Colombia.
Yeah.
So did they move from Colombia to Seattle, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so they came, so I have an older sister who runs her own business, Allure Aesthetics. Shout out to Allure Aesthetics. They went from Colombia to Florida, Washington, then we went back to Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to what made them first come over here and then go back to Colombia with y'all?
They were just looking for a better lifestyle. In those times in the 80s, when they heard about United States, it's like the American dream. Come out here and you can make anything happen. You can be a business owner. You can do this, do that better than what you're living there.
Yeah.
And so they decided to come out here and get a better lifestyle for them and for their future family.
Now, I know this may be kind of hard for you to say from your perspective, but from what you heard from them, when they moved over here, did they experience that American dream, or was it not kind of what it lived up to be, or how was that?
No, it was not what they lived up to be.
Okay.
No, it was very difficult for them.
Mm.
You know, from the stories my parents have told me, there's a lot of tears shed, a lot of doubt, regret, you know, as a normal human being would probably feel.
Like regret moving here?
Yeah,
Like,
because I mean, you experience a lot of hardships. You know, you come to a new country, you don't know the language, you have to learn a whole new language. You're in your late 20s, so I can only imagine how hard it is. You know, but you know, they made do with what they could, and yeah.
Okay, so you're first generation?
I'm second generation.
Second generation?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So then, I'm assuming maybe they missed Colombia and they moved back, and then they were like, no, we need to go back to America, or what kind of led into that?
So I don't want to get too detailed into that. We just moved around a lot, and so after Colombia, we went to Finland, which was very interesting. We were there for about, I believe, a year or two, and then from there we went to Springfield, Illinois. I lived in Springfield.
What about Finland attracted them to there, and then Illinois?
You know, honestly, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I've never really asked them that question.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then when did y'all end up settling in Colorado?
In 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, so my dad actually ended up getting sick in Illinois, and we ended up having to sell our house in Illinois, and we have cousins that lived here in Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
So we decided to move out here for it, and yeah.
Okay. Where were you at in your life when you first came to Colorado? Were you like in grade school?
Oh yeah.
School, high school?
Dang, it's gonna show my age.
Yeah.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, you're good. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not hiding.
Do the math. Go down.
They're like, no, so I just turned 14.
Okay.
So I was starting high school on my way over here. You know, my parents got a U-Haul truck. We packed up all our stuff from Springfield, and we drove all the way from Springfield to here, which was a very, very long drive.
Yeah.
In a U-Haul, just three of us stacked up.
I've made that drive. Well, to Chicago.
Yeah,
I got family out there.
But I was 14 when we came out here. We moved to Denver. It's like the cutoff of Denver and Aurora. I lived in like off of Parker and Beeler. I don't know if you know where that is.
Parker Road. I'm not familiar with Beeler, but I know the general area.
It's pretty much like Parker and Iliff almost.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I lived there and I went to Overland High School.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Trailblazers. They were Trailblazers back then.
Yeah. Are they not anymore?
No, they're just the Blazers.
Really?
Yeah, they switched out in my senior year there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so did all 4 years there, graduated thankfully.
Did you have plans to like go to college? Did you go to college, or what was like your plans after high school?
Yeah, so I went to CCD for a little bit. You know, I went there in and out like every few years.
Yeah.
School was never my thing. I never was a scholar.
Yeah.
Just because I just didn't like school. You know, it just wasn't for me.
Was it just like the sitting in class and like it being boring, or what?
I think probably the sitting in class and. I just, you know.
I'm gonna get deep.
No, yeah, for sure. No, you're good. You're good. No, but to answer your question, honestly, I was kind of like a troubled teen in a sense. Not that I was like getting in fights in school, getting kicked out. Not like that. I never liked going to class. I struggled with a lot of just mental health in a sense. I was very depressed.
It's real.
So and I'd had very low self-esteem, so I just felt like I was dumb. Like, why am I going to go to class and I'm probably not going to pass this or do this, so I'm just going to skip class. And so I would get in trouble with that, and at one point I was under a contract with school to not miss class. So that was really it. If I'm being honest, I don't know if I should say what I graduated with the GPA. It's kind of embarrassing.
I mean, it's your truth. I say...
It's really low.
It's
well,
okay, I'm gonna keep it $150. I'm gonna keep it $1. Dang, no, people are gonna be like, damn, she's dumb.
Well, no.
No, because there's different types of smart.
No, that's what I was just gonna say. I was like, maybe it's just the way your brain is wired. Like, it's not wired the way that the constructs of the education system is nowadays. You know what I mean?
True.
It's based off of things that are like math, reading, science, things like that. Like, think about all that is in the world that you can be great at.
So, I mean, it was mostly because I didn't go to class or turn in my homework.
Yeah.
So, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Pineda from Overland. I don't know if he's still the swim coach there. be sick if you saw this, but Mr. Pineda, he actually helped me graduate. He was my swim coach in high school. He was the one that was like, you need to stay in class. You need to do this, that. Because I was the best swimmer in Overland. I was the top swimmer that they had. And with me having really bad grades, it would mess up the team, you know? And my freshman year, I got put on varsity, and I was swimming with the seniors. And I'm not going to lie, the seniors weren't happy that I was a freshman swimming with them.
Right.
And
I know that feeling.
going into my finals from first semester to second semester, because swimming is during the winter season, I failed my classes because I just didn't want to go to class, and he was so mad at me. But the girls were so happy, and ever since then he was like on my butt, which was dope.
Don't make them happy like that.
So shout out Mr. Pineda, because I honestly wasn't even supposed to graduate my senior year, but he spoke to a few teachers, and you know, they gave me a few chances. They allowed me to do some more homework because he saw that I was troubled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He believed in me. He was like another father in a sense when I was in high school, and I graduated with a 1.9.
Okay. No, I mean, some people don't even graduate.
Yeah,
so.
I was just grateful because I was actually the first one in my family to graduate high school in America.
Look at that. Yeah, that's dope.
So it was dope.
See, and that's the thing too, is like everyone's measure of success is different. I feel like,
For sure.
You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? Like, I posted a clip about this the other day. Like, sometimes I wish I was doing real estate and I was just rich, but then I think about it, I'm like, nah, I'm passionate about
You got
this.
purpose for something else,
You
for
know?
sure, yeah.
I'm passionate about this, so that's real. Now, when it comes to school, you said you were troubled a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind opening up on that a little bit, like, was it just problems at home, or like
For moving? Or like,
no, like just through your high school years? What kind of led you into, I guess?
Yeah, you know, childhood trauma at that time for sure. You know, in Finland, I had some trauma happen to me that was it affected my brain chemistry really heavy, really heavy. I was just going through sexual abuse, not family related, of course, but just from where we were living at the time. And that abuse really just affected me super heavy that it made me forget almost my first language, which is Spanish. Like when we moved from Finland, I used to speak a lot of Spanish too, and then it just kind of like disappeared. I started getting I would get like a lot of stutters, a lot of speech impediments. I would have to do, when I was in Springfield, Illinois, they put me in like a speech therapy class just because I couldn't speak. And so at that time, as a child, that's kind of where I gravitated to sound and music.
Okay.
I loved orchestra music. I thought it was beautiful, pretty. I couldn't play the violin or the piano, so I played the clarinet. So then I got into band. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I think you're really strong
I appreciate
for sharing that.
Thanks.
And you know, I'm sorry to hear that. That's got to be tough. And you said that was in Finland, and then is that why you got it? Not the only reason, but did that kind of help, I guess, the transition coming to the United States? Or
Yeah, so that carried on, and you know, as a child, you like block off things. You know, you just do it subconsciously. You just block off things in life.
Like you don't realize how serious that was until later time.
Yeah, you'll forget about it. Like your brain goes into fight or flight, and you just block it and you forget about it. Especially as a child, you know. And when you're surrounded by people that want to protect you, and you bring it up, and they tell you, no, that didn't happen. No, there's no way that happened. You're gonna believe it, you know, because it's safer to believe it.
Right.
So yeah, and you know, when you're a teenager, your hormones start to kick in. Your brain starts to develop, and you just start thinking differently. And I was very dark. It was a very dark. Like my high school years were one of the best years of my life, but at the same time, they were very dark for me.
Yeah.
Because I was experiencing a lot of mental crisis that I didn't know I was experiencing. So I was doing self-harm. I was thinking very negative thoughts, thinking about myself, and I just hated myself. And I think that really affected me academically in a sense. And I have regret that I wish I could have experienced the university, the college life. I wish I could have went to like CU Boulder. But that's my story. Unfortunately, I went that route.
It's not a bad thing, but I hear you though.
It made me who I am today.
Right, right. Now, that was gonna be my next question, was like, how did you get through those? And when I said not a bad thing, I meant like going to college. That wasn't like you not going to college isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's what I meant.
Sure, for everyone.
No, truly, it's not. Yeah.
But what I was gonna ask is like, how? Because you seem like you got a really good head on your shoulders now. Not to say you don't have issues, or because everyone has issues, right? But like, how were you able to fight through those negative situations you were dealing with, in Finland and then in high school, and like able to come out stronger and like become an artist? Because I feel like you got to have a lot of confidence to become an artist and like put yourself out there like that.
Honestly, it's a process. It was a huge process.
Mm-hmm.
All of my 20s, I'm 31 now.
Yeah.
All of my 20s was a huge struggle mentally. Very, like, I truly believe that full decade from your 20s to your 30s, it's a survival. Like, no, truly, if you survive your 20s,
you gotta figure out the world.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, you're figuring out the world and you're trying to figure out what you want and who you are.
Right.
And for my 20s, my experience, it was drugs.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I'm lost. I'm so lost. What am I doing? What do I want? Do I want music? Do I want this? A lot of anxiety. I started making music when I was 18 I wanted to be an EDM producer. So I started making beats on my laptop. As time went on, once I hit my 20s, I transitioned over to trap beats. From there, I was like, I really want to put vocals on there, but I'm scared. My anxiety kicked in. I was like, I don't know. I can't sing. I know I can't rap or anything. So I'm not even going to try it. When I hit 24, I finally got the confidence, or 23, 24, I got the confidence, went behind the mic. Did not sound great, I'm not going to lie. It did not sound great.
Look at my first interview.
I'm going to keep it a bug, man. It did not come natural to your girl. It did not. I had the melodies, but the execution was not it, man. It just was not it. So since then, I just practiced, kept going. And finally, I believe when I moved back from LA, so I was 28, I think that's when I finally found my sound. I felt more comfortable and confident. So I guess to answer your question, what helped me get through that, I guess it truly would have to be music. That's what my 20s consisted of, was trying to find myself and place myself in what area in the music industry. What do I want to do?
So music was therapy, basically.
Oh yeah, it still is.
Right.
Oh yeah, it still is. Sound.
I feel it.
It's crazy how it can be for so many people. Like the creating of music can be so therapeutic, and then the actually listening to that part of music.
Yeah.
And allowing that to maybe make you calm, or maybe make you feel like, oh, today's not going to be the worst day because this song maybe someone always Asha always tells me, oh, that song makes me tingle.
No,
and it's true, but it's a feeling. A feeling. So many different feelings can come from music.
Like, it's nice that now where I'm at with when I make music, especially when I make more of my deeper feeling music, like one of my latest tracks that I released over the summer, Black Sheep. Like, I got a lot of really good feedback in a sense of like, thank you for making this song. I can relate to it so much, and it's amazing, and it makes me feel, it gets me emotional in a sense, because it's like, I'm glad that I can help you, or you can relate to it, because it makes me also feel like I'm not alone. Like, okay, so I'm not the only one that feels lonely or feels out of place. That's kind of nice. That I'm not just crazy, even though I am. But
where did the name Telly come from?
Yeah, so it came from my government name, which is Beep, and and so I had a friend.
The nickname.
It is a nickname. Shout out to Lady Siagian. She actually came up with the name for me in high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So my name is Chantel, and in school teachers would call me Chantelly because they didn't know how to pronounce it, and so they would just make fun of it, and they'd be like Chantelly or Telly. So Telly kind of just stuck with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a unique name. I like it.
Thanks.
The Band-Aid.
The Band-Aid, yes. The
Talk
Band-Aid.
about the importance of that. And that's unique as well. I haven't seen anyone else do that. So.
Yeah, I wear it every time I either perform or do anything related to Telly. So I wear the Band-Aid. It's almost as a symbol of like strength, but it's really, for me, it's a representation of trauma. From the experiences that my trauma experiences, it left me such deep wounds that at one point in my life, I considered taking my life. I thought I should just kill myself. I'm not happy. I can't fit in. I'm just not normal. And to me, at that point, I felt like I was shattered. But through time and through help, therapy, and medication, I realized that I was just broken. But in my mind, what's broken can be fixed. And so I wear Band-Aid as a sense of Band-Aids heal almost all wounds. And it's a reminder to me and maybe to whoever's looking at me too that we're healing through time. Yeah. So that's why we're.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks again for sharing. What's one piece of advice you would give someone who is struggling with like depression or like self-harm or having those types of thoughts, very negative thoughts? Like, what would be your one piece of advice for someone like that in a situation like that who's watching this interview?
If I'm being honest, I would love the first advice to be is to love yourself. But in reality, you can't love yourself, at least my experience, you can't love yourself if you've hit that point. You can't do it on your own, so you need to seek help.
Right.
You need to seek help. That is the best advice is go look for therapy. I hope
therapy's not embarrassing.
No.
It's a great thing. I've been in therapy.
Oh, me too.
I love therapy.
I think everyone needs therapy. The world that we live in now.
I think nowadays, if you tell someone, maybe nowadays you can't pay for therapy or something like that. But tell somebody who's close to you, somebody you know, tell them how you're feeling. Because, you might not be the only one who's going through that. And in numbers, a lot of times, if you know, oh, my friend's going through the same thing, it makes you feel a little less.
Right,
Truthfully.
That's real. I want to dive into some music now.
Yeah.
Early work. So when I was looking at your discography, I think the first single, at least on Apple Music, was Famous in 2018.
Yeah.
Unless you dropped before that on like SoundCloud or...
I did, but we can talk about that one.
Would you consider that like your first, I guess,
official single? Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's I never listened to that song because I can't stand how I sound, but I have like family.
I can see the growth just from
listening. But I have a few family and friends that really like it in a sense because of the growth. But yes, I would say that's my first official single that was out in 2018.
Okay. And then I seen, it looked like you took 2019 off. I'm just going off of...
what you find on the internet?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best thing to know because that's what all the consumers find and see. This is Lit Lemonade. I don't know if you have seen them around town, but they're energy drink lemonade company, and they are in a bunch of local stores lately. Coming from Boulder, you definitely have to check them out.
Really good. They'll be at our show on October 18th at Void Studios. There'll be my headlining show called Luzanati's Haunted Telly and Friends Bash. Pull up. Yeah. Cool. Oh man, we should have brought you one, man.
It's all good.
Have you tried one?
No, I haven't.
You have to come on the 18th. They're gonna have a bunch.
He said that. I told him he's in Boulder, right?
Yeah, he is.
I told him I'll link up with him at some point.
No, yeah, you should.
They're actually really good. Like
he's always doing something.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, and for today's sponsor. So.
No, you should do that. You should do that, please.
But okay, so you dropped that single in 2018, and then in 2020, you started dropping some more singles.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
What singles did I drop in 2020? They were more of like slower beats, a little bit more deeper meaning.
Yeah.
And then in 2021 I moved. I dropped a few other ones. Nothing really, to me, I don't want to say nothing too special, but there was just more songs that were helping me grow as an artist. I was just posting them to,
learning what songs, what songs got maybe more streams than others.
Definitely.
And what to gravitate towards in your next craft.
And like what really, once I came back in 2022 is when I started going like in.
Crazy.
I did have to take a 6-month break to go to Utah to get my CDL for schooling. Okay. So I took like a whole 6-month hiatus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in June of 23, you dropped Bad Dreams, which was, correct me if I'm wrong, your first music video? Or?
It was, we'll say it was my first official music video that I promoted, even through my High Minute.
Right. Yeah, that's when you got on my radar.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I met you, too.
That is one. Yeah, that is so true.
So,
yeah, it is.
It looks like from 2018 to 2023, again, correct me if I'm wrong at all, it seems like you would kind of go hard for a little bit, take a little bit of time off, go hard during that time period. What do you think led to that strategy, I suppose? Or like, were you kind of just having fun with it and you were like, I don't know if I should take this serious or not? Or like, what was kind of the mindset, over the past 5 years?
No, definitely what you just said right now, the second one. It was just more of I'm just having fun with it. I love it. I love what I'm doing. But is this really what I want to do? Nah. Yeah, I do. But nah. I just kept going back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been.
And then when I came back, I really started. I started doing shows. Shout out to Concert with the Q. I started doing shows with them, and I think that really is kind of what changed my mindset of from going to is this what I want to do to this is what I want to do. You know, getting on stage, getting the opportunities to perform live, and really feeling that energy. That's really what was my okay. This is what I want to do.
Hell yeah. Okay. You started very consistent since 2022, and you've been consistent ever since. You had another single with Sushi 2 Raw.
That's my boy.
Who's definitely going crazy. I'm fine.
Yeah, that's my guy. Great guy.
He's been going crazy. He actually just won that tournament we had a couple months back.
Oh, I know. The Toronto one, yeah.
So
yeah, that is true.
He's a great artist. So.
How'd you tap in with him? And is there any other I think I seen you potentially have music with Cry on the way.
Yeah, we have a unreleased track right now.
Okay.
I don't know when it's getting released. That's on him. But we do have a track that I recorded out of here.
Okay.
But for Sushi, I met him last summer. He was doing an event called that you promoted, the One Song Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually where I met him.
That was with King Elway was there, I think, and then there was
and then Scotty ATL.
Scotty, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I didn't win the event, but I went there and I performed Bad Dreams to Squizzy Taylor and a few other DJs, which was really dope. And I met him through there. We kind of chit-chatted online, and yeah, we just vibed out. You know, I think he's actually a very genuine, humble guy. And there's not really that many artists like that.
He posted shit on Instagram, but he's humble.
He's a real guy.
Exactly.
He's a real guy. Like,
see him in person.
I got to perform out in Houston.
His friend.
Right. I got to perform out in Houston, Texas in August because of him.
Yeah.
He invited me and my girl to his Airbnb to stay there. It was dope. It was very welcoming, and I wouldn't expect that. And so, yeah, big shout out to Sushi 2 Raw for sure.
Okay. No, yeah, that's dope.
One song that I think has really put Telly in a lot of people's ears, maybe that aren't in the hip-hop or local scene, is Caprichosa.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Her song Caprichosa is on the radio. Multiple radios. I mean, I think that
opened up a lot of doors.
Got us in ears of people like
Bonfire
Entertainment, who is one of our sponsors.
Shout out Bonfire Entertainment for sure.
Because, of course, we can be great in the local scene, but unless more people hear us, it's. I mean, but so yeah, I think that song, Caprichosa, definitely.
That one was very
good ears.
Like makes you want to dance.
Telly. Yeah, it does. It does. It makes you want.
And you know, real quick, you know what the beauty about that whole project, that my first line EP project is that I wrote Caprichosa and the rest of my album with my mom.
Oh, okay.
And I've told this story.
Like she would tell you kind of like what to write and stuff?
Yeah, so I would bring the melody to her. I'd be like, Mommy, like I want to talk about this, and it's going to be like, da-na-na-na-na. She'd be like, and I'd be like,
you got that real Colombian influence.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I want to make sure I sound, what
authentic.
Authentic and correct, you know what I mean?
That's dope.
And my mom is currently fighting stage 4 cancer right now. And it's that whole project was just, it's very special to me. So, and especially that Caprichosa is as big as it is, like anywhere I perform it, even if you're not into it, people still move.
Yeah.
Even in Houston, Texas, people were like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was really dope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think the lyrics that she helped you create into the song will continue to live forever. So
yeah.
That's awesome. That's something that artists and me are always able to say, like, my music's gonna live forever. This craft that I'm creating is gonna live for the generations after me.
Yeah.
So she's helping you create that.
Yeah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well said.
Mm-hmm.
Am I pronouncing it right? The Caprichosa?
Caprichosa.
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 Yeah, Caprichosa.
Just sing
the
it.
white in me is coming out.
It's okay, no, spell it. No, just joking. I had to learn.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you do some Latin language and English, right?
Yeah.
And you've done that in a couple songs, right?
Yeah, I have. Before I did my EP my Latin EP, or Para el Mundo, which is out on all platforms, I would do mostly English, but I would add like a few cents of Spanish, just to kind of show
as universal.
my Latin side, my Latin roots in it,
That's dope, and I think that'll help you gain more fans too, because then
Most
you
definitely.
attract the Latin community more and stuff like that. So
Yeah, definitely.
definitely smart. Okay, let's get into some music. Actually, before that, if you want to pop out that flyer real quick,
Do you want to talk about it?
the Lusinati's Haunted Telly and Friends bash coming up on
Yes.
October 18th. If you want
Yes.
to tap
So,
in.
October 18th, we're having Lusinati's Haunted, Telly, and Friends Bash. A year ago, almost, a couple days ago, Telly had her last headlining show. So Telly has not headlined a big show like this in almost a year. So this is going to be a big event. Besides that, we have so many amazing vendors in the building. Bunch of different street vendors, specifically the one we're wearing.
Yeah. Shout out to Real Dreams Live Forever. They're actually a local clothing brand out here.
Mm-hmm.
I just connected with them not too long ago, maybe a month ago, and they threw us some free merch, and it's comfy as dope. So we really appreciate it. It's RDLF, Real Dreams Live Forever. Make sure to follow them on Instagram. They will be at the event October 18th.
So other than Real Dreams Live Forever, we have The Knock, who will be also one of our sponsors for the event. The Knock, I don't know if any of you know what The Knock does, but they are a big supporter of local talent and a woman-owned company and collective in the area that brings so many artists together. Just recently, Telly was on a Cypher 9, so that was 4 different local artists, and it's interesting because she doesn't take 4 artists all from the same friend group, or you know what I mean. She'll take 4 people from all different walks of earth around Denver and the Colorado area, and brings them together for one thing, and it's the love of music and the way that they do that. And so she's gonna be there. They're doing a giveaway for tickets for us, and then possibly performing the most recent song that they created together, the 4 artists.
And then we already spoke about Bonfire Events. They're our sponsor, which we're so grateful for. And then how I told you I had an older sister, Vanessa. She goes by Vanessa La Colombiana. She has her own business, Allure Aesthetics, where she does Botox, lip injections, and just all that fun stuff. You know, I think it's really dope.
Yeah, she's been a licensed esthetician for 8 years. I think in the hip-hop scene that we all are in and all the events that we go to, a lot of times we see a lot of the same vendors, which is great because it's loyalty to the craft and things like that. But bringing different businesses and different networking opportunities, I think having an event that's we want a lot of women to come to. We want there to be women guided different vendors and things like that. And so
I think she's perfect for that.
That's something that will be a highlight to our event, as well as Quasta Walker. Everyone knows Quasta Walker.
Quasta Walker the third.
Quasta Walker the
Shout out to
live on location.
That chef. They'll be there October 18th. Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Yeah, my boy Quasta, man. I've never seen him.
I feel like he don't even need an introduction, but he will have some good food on site.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so good.
He's lit. I love Questa. Always in the comments, sharing positive.
Yes, so supportive, man. It doesn't matter what level you're at. He's always supporting. That's dope.
Yes. He absolutely deserves all his credits. So on October 18th, we'll be doing a portion of the event where we take 4 song slots. So if you're a local Denver artist and you want to showcase one of your songs that you've been trying to promote and get ears on, since there's going to be lots of people in the room on October 18th, you're going to let the person know at the front when you come in, and we'll put your name in a bucket to be drawn. So 4 people will have the chance to showcase their song, along with the already 10 artists who are on the lineup. We have Telly, who's headlining, Moniz, who's co-headlining, and then other artists like 1K Coop, Binta Zhang,
Monica the Great,
Fuego Flames,
and GQ Dinero. It's dope.
Bunch of dope artists.
She won't be named, of course.
And then your you talked about Sushi Chura earlier, but he is your special guest for that night.
Will be performing as well.
And then you have Don P as DJ all night long. So he's been making waves in the Denver area lately.
You know DJ Don P?
I've heard of him.
He's been making.
I might have met him, but
he was a DJ for
everyone's DJ when people come to town
for like the West Coast rappers type vibe.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's been killing it. So shout out DJ Don P. October like
Yeah.
18th.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all are killing it with this event.
Yes.
I've never. It's tough to get like a lot of professionalism and people on board, but I respect it. It sounds like y'all are doing it the right way.
Yeah, we have tickets on Eventbrite, so
Okay.
be sure to follow me, Brittany,
Links will be
Rebecca
in the
on
description.
Instagram, and Telly_Denver on Instagram.
Group page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get into the musical identity, musical influences. Who are your biggest musical influences, and how have they shaped your sound?
Well, in high school, growing up, I wasn't allowed to listen to hip hop.
You weren't allowed?
No.
Okay.
I lived in a very strict Latin old school
Yeah.
home. So I listened to a bunch of like alternative rock. So growing up in high school, I listened to like Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, Evanescence, all like that type of genre.
Yeah.
I didn't get into hip hop until I was 18 because I was like, I'm 18 now. I can listen to whatever.
Yeah.
So from there on, I would say a lot of the bands kind of influenced me melodically in a sense.
Yeah. I
First-
hear it.
You know what I mean? Like their harmonies, all that stuff, and people probably wouldn't believe this. Who my favorite artist is? I'm gonna keep it a $150. Justin Bieber.
Okay.
I love me the Bieber. I love the
I
Bieber.
respect it.
I love Bieber, man. He's one of the most talented artists to date,
Right.
man. You know, him. For like hip hop, I would probably say I listen more to Biggie. I
Okay.
thought
East Coast.
Yeah, East Coast vibe more. Biggie's cool.
The boom bap.
Yeah, I think that's dope. Lil Wayne. I listened to a lot of Lil Wayne when I was 18.
South.
I
Gotta
listen
have
to
some
a lot
South
of Lil
in the playlist.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, my playlist is very diverse. Kind of like how my music is.
Right.
My music is super. It goes from this sound to
Yeah.
this sound, and that's how my playlist is.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider you like, you can rap, but I wouldn't like, oh, you're
I'm
a
not
rapper.
an MC, and
You're
I will say
definitely
that
an
I'm not.
artist,
You can put that there. I'm not.
No
Yeah.
freestyle.
I'm not a freestyler. I applaud to those who do freestyle. I think
You can give us like 12 bars.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Heck no. Okay, I'm not afraid to say it. I don't freestyle. I'm sorry, my brain doesn't work that way. So kudos to the ones that do. Shout out to the MCs here in Denver, for real, the real MCs.
Is there anyone else you want to collaborate with in Denver, or that you have on the way, like just singles or features, anything like that?
That I have on the way. I mean, I don't want to speak too much on the one that you asked me earlier, just
Yeah.
because I don't know when that one's getting released.
Right.
But I've collabed with quite a few local artists that I've been wanting to collab with. But as of right now, I think I've kind of just been focusing more on like my solo
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I would love to, eventually collab with a mid-level artist, maybe outside of Colorado. I think
Yeah.
that would be really cool.
Definitely branch out, get your brand out there.
That's kind of where I'm at.
I think if someone really has the same kind of business and work ethic that you're working with, that's something that you're looking to work with. So
Okay. How does your Latin heritage influence your music and artistic identity?
Yeah, I mean, growing up every Saturday morning, my dad would always blast his music, and what his music was salsa, merengue, cumbia, all that stuff from then till now. So I grew up with listening to a lot of Spanish music, and I think when I finally started incorporating English to Spanish, I'm not gonna lie, I think going back to listening to what I would hear my dad listen to kind of influences me in a sense to what I do now, mixing it with my English. I truly believe that Denver, the first thing that might blow up might be the Latin scene out here.
Oh yeah.
I truly
huge.
believe it. I think
it
have-
really makes sense.
I can see
I
it.
think we have a really solid local Latin artist foundation out here. Truly, like I'm grateful and happy that I am in the front line of that. But there's many more local artists out here. Like we got Moniz, Monica the Great, JC Quinn, Solo Sky, Stephanie. There's a bunch of artists, and I truly believe that the Latin scene's gonna blow up here.
No, yeah, there's, even when you look at it, I know I like rap, so when you look at like the Latin rap scene out here, like rest in peace Lil Travieso, Lil Nate,
Yeah.
Even the people on the southwest side of Denver that was doing their thing. There's like a lot, like some of our biggest rappers have done millions of views.
I was just gonna say they're getting views.
Right, like organically too, like some of our-
Parkside Plugs.
Yeah, Plugs.
He's probably one of the top right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's killing it. Oh, actually, that's an artist that I would love to work with.
Yeah.
Parkside Plugs is someone I for sure want to work with.
That's dope. That's
Yeah, I saw that he started doing some more Spanish stuff, and he's a great artist, man. Great artist, for sure.
Yeah, they're very tapped in with like Cali and like a lot of the West Coast. They're doing their thing, and like I think it's a disservice to the Latin hip hop community in Colorado when like people try to underestimate or overlook the Latin hip hop scene in Colorado. It kind of be getting on my nerves because I'm like,
popping.
yeah,
It's
because
popping.
they're bigger than most rappers out here.
But the thing is, too, it's
You know
not
what I'm
just
saying?
the Latin hip hop. I mean, it's just the Latin music, the Latin culture itself.
Yeah.
You know, like reggaeton is really big too, and I think slowly but surely we're kind of making our way up. And I truthfully believe that maybe that song might come out even first before the Latin hip hop. You know what I mean? Like you got Bad Bunny, you got Karol G, that type of sound. J Balvin, people love that. That's more mainstream, and I think that's kind of where I'm headed. What's up?
I'm sleep on it probably a little bit, but yeah. You're
Yeah, yeah, because I mean that's
Yeah.
kind of what Denver is really just hip hop. You know, that's what's the front line right now,
right.
in a sense. But I think that's where I'm kind of heading towards is that style versus
smart.
like rapping in Spanish and stuff, you know. And I think that is kind of what might get us out of the mud a little bit.
No,
We'll
that's
see.
smart.
Yeah.
One thing I notice about you is the high quality production. You invest in your craft.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
You work with some of the best videographers, bloggers, whoever, artists. Brendan Adams is like,
Love him. That's my guy.
I've met him a couple times. I don't have like he's not like my best friend, I'll say that, but like from an unbiased perspective, like
His
quality
work
of
is-
the videos are
Yeah.
insane. Like they're really top notch out here. And I noticed you work with him a lot. Just speak to that a little bit about like you being willing to invest into like high quality production, whether it be videos, you being willing to invest in a high quality marketing and like the importance of that and like what makes you do that, because I feel a lot of artists are like not willing to do that. And I feel like that's where
It separates.
it may hold, yeah, it separates, you know, who takes this serious and who's just kind of, you know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. And you can jump into since we've worked together a lot. You know, I just really, I'm at a point where I really want to take my music career to the next level. Meaning in a sense that my sound has to match my visuals have to match my sound. We're actually in my home studio right now. Shout out
Shout out
Dreamspace.
Dream Space.
You know, I think they're one of the top studios here, and I really,
Hands down.
I want to be compared to the high-level artists, the mainstream artists that, you know, people listen to. You know, I'm very picky in a sense. And Brendan Adam, he pays attention to detail. If we kind of always have the similar vision.
Right.
If you actually look at all my YouTube videos, they're all from Brendan Adam.
Right.
Yeah, literally all from
I was trying to think. Did
Yeah.
you actually shot?
all of the
Every
ones
single
that are
one.
active are from him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
such
keeps
a
it
humble
professional,
guy.
and he keeps it
he's
so
so
professional.
humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times
Professionalism.
the reason you even like latched on or even reached out to him in the first place to start working with him is because he's seen that he was working so hard on his dream and his craft. He had just graduated from school for doing videography and perfecting his craft, and you caught him kind of just on the verge of when he started working with big names. I don't know if you've seen. He's been working with people like Shabuzi, taking photos with Post Malone at VMAs.
I seen him at the Kevin Gates show.
Yeah.
He was backstage for Peso Pluma last year.
He's the videographer and photographer for 9% of AEG promotion of anything. So it's amazing for you to recognize him working hard on his talent and then catching people before maybe they're working with
I think I gravitate towards other people that are. I set myself at a really high standard, and that's kind of the same people that I gravitate to. Like, if you see what your vision is up to here, I want it to be right next to you. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
In that type of sense. But yeah, you know, I really try to just keep it nice, professional, and you know, I really want my craft to be taken very, very seriously, and I think that's why the production to me has to be on point. You know, like if you ever see me in the studio, I'm not a quick recorder. Some people can record like 2-3 songs in 2 hours. I'm gonna record one because I need to redo it again.
Yeah.
I need it. No, that sounds horrible. I gotta redo it again.
Right.
I can do better. I push myself to like the fullest limit. I truly do.
What I would always tell people is like it's better off to just, what do they say, slow and steady wins the race. You know, trying to rush through projects and like not bring out the best quality, or even when it comes to my promo, like I've had to make changes and rearrange things because I'm like, hey, that's not done the right way. And like slow and steady wins the race. The people, they just want the money. They're just everyone wants money, right?
Well,
but
I mean,
like it's about a quality product, and that you'll get more money in the long run when you actually care. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, and I can really see that in a few artists, and sometimes I just want to work with a few people like that because, so it's hard to explain without sounding so like not cocky or like not humble and stuff, but it's like. Yeah. Yes, people come to me. People are in my DMs asking for, let me get a feature, let me do this, that, and I am gonna give them a price. Some people might not like it. Again, it's just
money to be in the studio.
It's just studio fees. But if an artist pays for me to hit the studio and do my verse, I'm gonna give them 150% of what I got. Versus even if I may not like the song, which again I have not recorded on a song that I don't like. But I've met a few artists that will be like, I'm not really messing with this song. All right, here we go. Do, and they just take the money and dip. Or they don't even promote it.
Right. No, the non-promotion, don't even get me started on that.
And
that's happened.
That does happen. And it's very unfair because some artists look up to other artists, you know what I'm saying? And they'll pay the whatever they ask, and they do the song, not even one promotion.
Right.
And I don't think that's cool.
I think that looks bad on an artist if you're gonna record a song and not even promote it. That's you putting your own reputation and your own name is on something, and you're not gonna put everything you have into it to possibly get it to where it needs to be based off. To not maybe to go there, but based off of maybe your ego of why you might not post things on your social media and things like that.
I think it's a balance with that, but I think if it's organic, y'all both should be promoting it.
Yeah,
but even if you're paying, like it just depends. Like it's got to make sense.
Yeah.
But like I've ran into that so many times where like I'll interview an artist.
It's messed up.
And it'll be like an organic interview. I might even pay them for it, and they just will be like, "No, I ain't gonna promote it." Or I'll be like, "Hey, could you promote it?" And they're trying to charge me more than they charge for the interview. I'm like, bro.
See, that's crazy.
Like, I don't mind paying for promo. It's just make it make sense.
I mean, to each their own,
But you get to a point where you just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's where I've gone. I used to like the first couple years, I'd always get bugged by that. Like artists would do interviews with me and then they wouldn't promote it. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like,
True.
But then you get to a point where you're like, why am I going to keep dwelling on this shit?
Right.
Like, I'm just going to go work with some
It's all a fun power trip that people like to play.
The music industry.
To me, it's really just out of respect because, like, someone coming to me and willing to pay me to be on their song, to me, that's amazing. It's like, I feel honored. Like, I appreciate that you see me as this, artist. Yeah, so it's like, why would I disrespect you?
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Why would I not help you if you're helping me? Like, come on. To me, that's just the way that I think. But not everyone thinks that way.
Right.
They let their egos. Yeah.
Because there'd be some people, at least, I'm a blogger, so, like, I look at it differently. There'd be some people in my inbox, yo, bro, I got, like, $50 for an interview, bro. Like, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like.
People really come up to you?
Oh yeah, I'm like, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I can't even do it. Like, maybe at one point, but at this point, I'm like, I can't even, bro. Like.
But that's different versus being on the song. No, that's different. That's different.
And it makes sense. I mean, low ball
$50.
No, I swear, I'm like, bro, that don't even pay for the studio time.
I'll barely pay to get in, my boy.
Unfortunately.
But, the LGBTQ plus artist community, your involvement and perspective on the community.
Yeah, so, yes, it's pretty obvious and well known that I am part of the LGBT community. I'm a openly lesbian woman. Mm-hmm. If I'm being honest, I just recently tapped in with the LGBT entertainment community. Shout out to Misfits Entertainment. They were the first entertainment company from that community to reach out to me and allowed me to open up a door to perform to a few Pride events. Shout out to the artist Moniz. She let me come to the Civic Center Pride event. Yeah, to perform our new hit single Callejera, available on all platforms. This is just kind of me dipping my toes into that community, and honestly, I wanna dip it a little bit more. That's something that we're still.
I think it's exploring. I think it's a big representation of Lucid Music Group and our dedication to people who diverse communities, anybody. We're welcome to those who just want to be themselves and who are proud of who they are. Everyone deserves to be loved for who they are.
Yeah. Love is love, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's real. That's
Yeah.
real. Yeah, I didn't know for sure you want to talk about it, but I feel like it's important.
No, yeah.
I think
That's fine.
Yeah.
What messages and or themes do you aim to convey through your music?
Well, if you really listen to my music, it's pretty diverse. It goes from sad to happy. I really, the message that I really want to kind of send out is really that it's okay to be you. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be sad. And I just really want to connect with the listeners that are listening to my music.
Yeah.
What would you say, Brother?
It's okay to go through those ups and downs. I think truly in life, it takes going through those bittersweet sadness to feel that the best high of feeling bougie and capricciosa. You know what I mean? Like, it goes through feeling like those dark days before you can truly feel the both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's...
So knowing that it's okay and knowing that when you are in that low, that happiness will truly come and it too shall pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
What would you say is the biggest challenge you've faced as a rising artist, and how have you overcame that?
I would say just being taken seriously in the music industry. You know, I always like to tell people that, you know, talk to me about music. Like, it's so easy to be an artist nowadays, in a sense.
Is doing it, but it's cutthroat.
Definitely. No, exactly.
Yeah.
It's very cutthroat. Like, no one really wants to be a fan. They want to be the artist. They want to be the one that's on stage.
Right.
So it's really kind of just separating yourself from the other artists. I mean, again, it's not really a competition because I always say it's a big playlist. You know what I'm saying? But if you really want to stand out, I guess that's kind of one of the hardships that I hit. But I think I've been doing fairly well with it, with kind of moving towards the Latin scene and also just really being me. Like, I really thrive on being a versatile artist. I can't just do one genre. That's just not who I am. And so I always say there's no limitations when it comes to music. But I mean, another hardship that I think we were kind of talking about this in the car earlier today, that I ran into is being a masculine female in the game. You know, as a female artist, you know, people expect you as a woman you got to show skin a little bit more. You got to be sexy, you know, all that. And that's not who I am. You know, I just want to make music and I want people to listen to me. And there's nothing wrong with being sexy and showing skin.
Right.
But those
in
are
fact, I would say that use it to your advantage if you
Yeah.
do want to go that route. But there's, like you said, there's nothing wrong with.
No, not at all. And I think that is kind of one of the hardships that I have had to kind of deal with in a sense. But, you know, I think my music speaks for itself in a sense.
Right.
That, you know, I do have some fans and I do have eyes on me without having to kind of showcase that side of my womanhood, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think you're doing a great job. Like, you've definitely made a name for yourself out here in the scene. You know, with the DJs who are important, the platforms, the artists.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen you with them, and I think y'all are definitely on the right path for sure.
I think there's many ways to catch people's eyes. I think in this day and age, there's different ways that are faster or quicker to maybe catch people's eyes and get the views.
Oh yeah.
But there's other ways that might be more organic and keep that fan that will be there longer to be there for the multiple events that you might have throughout the year and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, even from a blogging perspective, like, there's blogs who started after me who got over 100,000 subscribers, going way crazier. Not in Colorado, I'm talking actually.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just because their sole focus has been on just negative shit 24/7. But that's what runs with
The
views.
fast view.
I do that a little bit, but like I also
the give and take of
it's like, okay, let me post some sports. Let me post, you know, this artist, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But then, like you said, the longevity.
Mm-hmm.
When you take that route, the route Telly's taking,
Mm-hmm.
there it's slower, but like I said,
It is.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you know what you just said, it is slower.
Yeah.
And sometimes it being slow does...
It bugs you.
It does.
It can be discouraging.
Literally, that word, slow, it can be very discouraging. You know, I try my best I try to separate myself from my just my natural human behavior, which is the negative thoughts, which is comparing myself to others, comparing myself to artists. I really try to detach myself from those feelings because it's not healthy, and I know if this is what I'm meant to do, it's going to happen. But you know what? Some days are hard because it's like, dang, man, this person's doing this because they're doing this, and I'm like, but I can't do that. You feel me? I'm not one to show out like that, but I can't think that way. It works for them, cool. I got to find what works for me. And I think slowly but surely I'm kind of making my way up there.
No, you are.
Yeah. It's just that slow.
Slow and steady wins the race.
That's what you say. That's the second time you said it. Yeah, that's true.
It does. Future vision. Where do you see yourself in the next few years, and what are your long-term goals as an artist?
In the next few years, huh? In the next 5 years, I see myself touring as a hopefully mid-level artist heading towards mainstream. Touring with a mainstream artist. I think that's one of my goals in the next 2 years.
Okay. Speak it into existence.
Yeah, definitely. And, I think it's possible. I think if I just continue to be consistent and continue to have an amazing team behind me, supporters, I think it's possible. But what was the second question?
What are your long-term goals as an artist? So you pretty much answered.
Yeah, and just to kind of to leave a mark on people with my music, that it helped them. Either they can say it helped me cope through this, or no, I mean, that's really it. It just helped me, and it excited me, and your music just helped me. That's really it.
Okay. Now I want to touch on this because I feel like it's important. I noticed on your Instagram story the other day you were working a 14-hour shift trucking.
Yeah.
While you're pursuing a music career. Yeah. How are you able to balance it and like stay motivated to put in that overtime?
Yeah, it's fun. So it's interesting because today this whole week I've been super exhausted. Exactly what you said. I'll work from a 10 to a 14-hour shift a day. Let's say I worked a 12-hour shift trucking. I have my CDL. After that, I do Lyft. I need money to... One, I need money to support my personal life, and then two, I need money to support my music career.
Right.
So it's like I'm always working. And today, I was actually talking to her and a few other people. It's just, I felt a little discouraged today.
Right.
I was like, I'm tired. Something just didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. And I'm just really exhausted. I feel like I'm pushing. I feel like I'm always working, and I just don't see the outcome. But those are just really my negative thoughts really coming in. But things are slowly but surely happen. Good things are happening for me. It's just I'm not being patient, and I think just working a lot can be exhausting.
Right.
Because the music industry, and people know, if you're a local artist listening to this or watching this, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It costs money to be in studios, to have videographers, to have photographers, to run events and book venues. All the things that go into it.
Right.
It's good to have a team, but it's more than just putting money towards a hobby. It's almost putting money towards a small business.
Right.
Literally,
it is a business.
And once you have that mentality of I'm working my 9 to 5 for my small business.
Right. It don't stop.
It don't stop.
You never catch up.
I was just going to say, it never
It
stops.
doesn't. Okay, I'm glad you said that. It doesn't.
You don't catch up.
I feel so behind.
And you're not going to catch up.
No.
But,
literally, that's how I've been feeling.
Right. But I mean, there's pros to it too. But,
there is, and I'm a firm believer that hard work truly pays off.
Right,
it's just, man, it's slow. It's slowly coming, but it's tough though, man. It's tough.
The thing is, to go back to what we've been kind of hitting on too, is like, for example, Hawk to a girl. Nothing against her. She's dope. She's going to be forgot about. She already kind of is. But like, give it a couple weeks to a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you're grinding it out, you're building that fan base. Like, it's powerful. It lasts. It's hard to cancel that person or people can say whatever they want about Mile High Minute. And I know they do, but it's going to be difficult for them to really like cancel. You can't just cancel.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just cancel AP out, Trev Rich, because they've been grinding for
years,
10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So like, you keep going, that's the path you're on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so.
For sure.
And that isn't just Denver. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. His music's gonna live on forever. You know, because he was that person who had integrity. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on. But.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that's kind of actually going back to that last question. I should have honestly said that. I just want my music to live on forever. Truthfully, yeah, that's really what I want.
safeguard the future in your music.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the local scene. Who is your Mount Rushmore of Denver artists, Colorado artists?
So when you created your lineup for
Colorado artists.
yeah, so
You know, that's a tough one because I think there's a lot of talent out here. You know,
Right.
I could honestly name a list. I kind of already named a few of the Latin artists.
Yeah.
We got. I mean, if you really want me to name them, I'll say like Sushi Too Raw, Monica the Great, really great artist. Sorry, let me think about it real quick.
I think it really goes to show the people that we have on our lineup, the people that we associate ourselves with, the people we ask to put on a showcase for Telly's fans are truly the people who we see who are working hard at their craft to the level that Telly does, to the level that they work at it each day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's really tough to pick and choose. But
Yeah.
if we're going to that is truly how I went picking up my lineup for October 18th. Is those are the people that I see working almost every single day just as hard as I am to reach their goals in the music career.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to challenge you a little bit. Name 3 to 4 outside of friends.
Okay.
Unbiased that you're like, they're talented, they've put in the work, they've made some major moves in Colorado.
Major moves. I mean, I think Parkside Plugs is making really big moves.
Yeah.
I really like him a lot. I mean, Sushi Tira, I consider him a homie, but like he's good, man. I see that he works all the time. He's always posting music, got shows going. So I'm gonna put him up there,
Okay.
How many did you say? 4?
Yeah, 3 or 4. We should say 4 though, because that's.
Oh, Kayla Ray. Kayla Ray's
That's a good one.
fire.
Kayla Ray's dope.
Kayla Ray. That's someone actually I've been wanting to work with.
Yeah, she's dope.
Kayla Ray's fire for sure. And 4.
She's basically a national artist.
Yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah. Truthfully, she's amazing. 4, who's always really working hard. Who would you say for the 4th one, Brett?
I would say somebody like Jazzy Wolf, like who's putting on events for local artists just to get people together very often.
Love Jazzy. She's dope.
Yeah,
She's hosting the event.
She's out there to teach people about music and how the right way to do things. And,
But you know what? Who's actually really? She's always working too. Always busy doing something. She who won't be named.
Dope.
She's always out. She's for the community, the hip hop community for sure. Like, if to me, if someone asked me who's the female face of like as an MC or hip hop in Denver, definitely she who won't be named.
Yeah, she's dope. Yeah. She's like that.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. This is a little bit of a clout chasey question, so. You don't want me to cut this out, let me know.
Okay.
Gotta talk about the national news a little bit. Recently, Diddy was arrested last week, I think it was, in New York. I posted, it was like 14 pages, basically like sex crimes and things of that nature. It's all alleged still, I think, even though he's arrested. I mean, I don't think he's been convicted, but there have been, like, Cassie came out. Everyone's seen the video with that, which was horrible.
Yeah, that was.
Hate to see that.
I honestly couldn't
so
believe
unfortunate.
it.
No, yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's when it was like, okay, this is real.
Yeah.
Like,
as a woman.
It makes sense. Why I haven't heard anything about Cassie, like no music dropping since.
she was
I don't know about
younger.
her. What's up?
That the song that was really popular.
Starts with the L. Long Way to Go.
I love that song, low key. I'm a dude.
It's fire.
That song is
It's fire. Long Way to Go, and then there's another one.
Yeah.
That beat is crazy.
Wait, no, dun dun dun. That's
Me
Long Way to
and you,
Go.
me and you.
Me and you, yes.
Those two are crazy.
Those were hits for sure. And I always wondered what happened to her, and it makes sense. One, she went into hiding. 2, I mean, she was traumatized.
Right.
That video was insane.
Yeah, the power.
I think it's crazy to say as someone coming from Denver, but I think anyone should realize, like, when you're on a pedestal that you have like, you can't get away with everything.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even if you're a billionaire.
It doesn't matter what you do. Like, you think that you can get away with everything because you have a name for yourself. So I always keep that in the back of your head. You know what I mean?
But I do think that some really high-powered people are really going to get named. And it's gonna crumbled down. I think the music industry is really shifting too.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be part of the impact of what it's going to become too. Like Atlantic Records, they're going through some stuff. I heard they dropped like 50 artists a week or two ago
Oh yeah.
from their
I
roster.
heard a lot of labels have been.
Yeah. So I'm like, I think the music industry is really going to
It's
shift.
switching.
I hope for the better.
Right. Right.
Who knows? But we'll see.
Yeah. It's. I don't know. It's very despicable and shameful to see that video, but also like going back to your point, like you can't just hide on things and like what they say, the truth always comes to light.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
That is true.
what one quote I learned, I think after high school, was like, don't do. If you wouldn't do it publicly, don't do it at all. Some along
Oh,
those
yeah,
lines. I
that
don't
makes
think it's
sense.
exactly like that, but like
No, but yeah.
when you're like on your own, you're doing your own thing. Like you really got to challenge yourself to just be a good person and like, not do anything that like you wouldn't want anyone to know about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I feel like the power trip and the money, it's like crazy that like
Scary.
yeah, the
You have to think about the years that he has been famous, though.
right.
Think about the years that he's
90s.
been famous and the psychological like things that he's been able to get away with.
The
But it's also
allegations.
who he
There's
is,
also
who
a
he
big
is.
conspiracy that what's his name? Clive Davis, I think is his name.
He's this dude.
He was his
the
mentor.
label.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was his mentor.
That he was on some like deviant shit.
Yeah, that he
I
kind
don't
of
know.
trained Diddy to be who he
Yeah.
supposedly is now.
You could see it. That's probably like on some Epstein shit or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if all the allegations would become true.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's like you hear about the Biggie conspiracies, Biggie and Tupac,
yeah.
Kim Porter. I might cut some of this
Crazy.
out because I don't know how. I don't want to just go
Sure.
too far down the rabbit hole.
all these conspiracies.
Yeah.
Like,
You're gonna be like,
Yeah.
this is
about that.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing.
Yeah. But yeah.
No, but it's crazy, son. Like, if all of it's true, he's a scary man.
Oh yeah. And that's why they don't want to let him out because I guess he tried to apply for bail.
He did.
It's like damn right
My
they
boy.
better not let you out because you're gonna try and do something.
Well, did you see today that they were saying
He's not
he's not eating because he's afraid that there's poison in there?
I
Right.
believe it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Why? But I
Yeah.
wonder who's trying to kill him. Which one? Which crazy
Right.
executive or politician?
And no one's
Loyalty.
sticking up for him now. They were.
Nah, they all did.
Yeah, what I think Stevie J was like when it first kind of happened, the raid and everything. Stevie J was like kind of supporting him,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think I seen a couple people in the comments and whatnot, but like no like
Mhm.
real support. And then now they definitely all
They're
like
cut
nah.
ties.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
Kim K.
Right, right.
She's cut
There's-
ties too.
There's a Netflix documentary coming out.
I heard about that. I think
What is it?
50 Cent.
I was gonna
right?
say,
Did he
50
do
Cent,
it?
right? Yeah, that's 50
Did
Cent.
he do it?
Do
Yeah.
it.
It's
And like how it almost when media aligns so well like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like coming out of the documentary, he's just arrested.
right.
It all just lines up perfectly.
Right. And it sucks too because like I'm a Biggie fan.
Yeah, me too.
I got a couple of Cassie songs in my playlist. I think it might be under Bad Boy. I don't know. But it's like I can't listen to Diddy anymore without like thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? And like, let me ask that. How do you feel about like, you've had this happen with different celebrities, the R. Kellys, Michael Jacksons. Now there's different degrees.
Mhm.
You know, Michael Jackson never got convicted.
Mhm.
R. Kelly obviously did. Diddy's probably going to.
More than likely.
But like, how do you deal? Like, is there any artists that like may have a troubled past and you still listen to them, or like, can you separate the music from the art, or the artist, the person, or how do you kind of do that? What's your
For
opinion?
me, I mean, there's not really an artist that I listen that's on my playlist
Yeah.
that I know has been.
Yeah.
It's hard to separate them,
I
right?
was gonna say, I think sometimes it's hard to keep up with cancel culture and things like that.
Right, right.
But like at the end of the day, like if you truly understand like maybe what wrongdoing might have been done, you can like okay, it's just simple to like forget about that
Right.
Well, if I'm being
and put
honest,
that person on a pedestal.
I can't listen to R. Kelly.
No, me either.
No, yeah, I couldn't
can't
either.
separate them.
I
I
can't
truthfully cannot listen to that. It's disgusting.
Right.
And once whatever comes out with P. Diddy and whatever I don't think I can separate that either. Honestly.
Right. I'm the same way. I don't mind doing an interview and like we can talk about
Yeah.
stuff
Mhm.
that may be related to the situation, but I can't just go and support and jam this music.
No.
Like, bro, like once you are that, it's like no.
You're that.
Yeah, and there's levels to it. Like everyone fucks up, so if it's just minor shit, whatever, like you can get over
No,
it.
if you're out here
But if it's
sex trafficking,
Right.
drugging folks, the R word too. It's
right, yeah, you can't get over that shit. Like,
I can't.
right, especially when it's time and time and time again. And
Yeah.
who knows how many allegations? Like there's so many people.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we're gonna hear some crazy stories for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't. But either way, I think it's a lesson. Like don't be out here on some fuck
I
shit.
think it's a lesson to celebrities, people who
Have power like that.
have power like that. That yeah, you can have power, but what you do with it and how you spend your days is it can be uncovered.
Right. And what's sick too is like, not in a good way, like just sickening is like how it was hyped up over, because you see it now. All these videos are coming out. I posted one today. All the flashbacks of everyone like hyping up the Diddy parties and acting like it was the coolest thing to do.
Yeah.
Some of your biggest celebrities. And it's
Khloe Kardashian, I just saw one today.
Right. LeBron, I've seen so many celebrities.
Yeah.
But now it's like not cool, obviously. Yeah. Now it's like, I don't know. It's crazy. And obviously not everyone. Maybe there was the original party where it's like, all right, we're all just chilling and we're drinking, having fun, and then later gets deviant.
Time, it's the after party where it got crazy.
But I interviewed Ox Dior. It's already posted, so it's public. And he was at a couple Diddy parties, and he told me his experience, and he didn't see nothing too crazy, but he's an artist out here, and he said he's seen like Diddy would snap and like these girls would jump on the table and start twerking and shit, like just like crazy shit.
I believe it.
That you just don't hear of. Yeah, it was wild. Watch that interview. I'm gonna link it. But
that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, I think I'll just wrap that up with just saying like sending prayers to like Cassie and anyone who may have been wronged, and you know what I'm saying, because that shit is just not cool.
I agree.
What's next for you though? You got any upcoming projects? What can you share about any like projects, releases you're working on?
So I'm currently working on a mixtape. I have never released a mixtape before.
Okay.
I have a track coming out this Friday, the 27th, called Black Mirror, which is my first boom bap track I've ever released, which is going to be part of that project. As for when it's released, I wanted to do it at the end of October, but I don't want to rush it. Yeah, I think I'm going to take my time on that one.
Okay.
And see how it goes. I have a music video coming out soon for Callejera featuring Moniz. And as of right now, we're just preparing for the October 18th show, my headlining show.
Okay. Yeah. Is this your first headline? Or no, you said you headlined a year ago.
Of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be this year.
I think that's smart too. You don't want to headline every show.
No.
You want to be smart.
No, for sure.
Because then you can get people to come out and
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. A couple questions for you. What is your position at LMG, Brittany?
Yes.
Brittany. So, my name's Brenton, so it should be easy.
Yeah. So in LMG, I'm really the event planner and manager. So it's not like I manage Telly and all of her music and things like that. Telly's an artist. Telly can make her own music. I'm not there to manage it. But when it comes to networking and when it comes to creating things like flyers or talking to sponsors and vendors and
helping coordinate
the event, that's definitely something that I do all the time for LMG. And there's different things where the artist can focus on their craft rather than having to focus on all the behind the scenes. Of course, Telly still works and does a lot with LMG. That's just Telly's personality. I mean, she's got to have her hands in everything.
I have to be busy all the time.
But a lot of times we work good together because
we work great together, honestly.
She has that creative mind, and I have that like problem solving mind where like, okay, you could do it this way, and we can get it taken care of, or planning ahead and things like that. But yeah, so a lot of event planning. I think artists and there's a lot that goes into doing an event and doing it the proper way, where
the organized way.
You can organize it and market it and get eyes and purpose to what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you have? Well, how did y'all meet and start the management process?
Yeah. So, I mean, just being friends and supporting Telly is kind of how we met. I mean, it was 2022, so it's 2023, 2023 or so, right when Telly's became very serious and consistent with her music and things like that. And I feel like even people in the scene, they're like, oh, when they see Brittany and Ajay, they always see Telly, or like if they don't see one of us, they'll ask, oh, where's that person? Because they always know we're always together. And we don't do this in a way just to be like cliquey, oh, we're all together all the time, but we do this in a way because we support each other, and we're ultimately
It's important to have that.
Going through, having the same goals and having the same focus on what we want to achieve and things like that. So.
Shout out to my boy Ajay Dallas, local artist.
Yes, my boyfriend Ajay. Yes, who is
Okay. What do you have planned for the 18th that will stand out from other events?
Yeah, I think ultimately the whole idea behind our planning and everything, we have some really amazing sponsors and vendors who have put in time and money and efforts into being a part of our event. Them realizing that we're taking this event and doing it a lot differently than other people do it, marketing it on multiple platforms, like doing this interview, billboards, doing things like we will be doing an interview with The Drop. 104.7.
And we're also giving, we are next week, and we're also giving not just an opportunity to the artists that are already part of the lineup, but other local artists that attend to showcase their music as well. Okay. We're really about just giving opportunities and really just being kind of another voice for the local scene. You know,
I think going to events like this and networking and getting yourself out there is really the whole idea behind having fans and having other artists who might be on the same path as you, learning from other people and knowing that you could maybe go to the same studios they have or use different photographers and videographers, learning from others and maybe even not even making the same mistakes that other artists may have made, learning from others that way.
And so I actually started the Illuminati Halloween Showcase in 2022, and I've done it yearly since then. This is my first year combining the Illuminati Halloween Showcase with my headlining showcase, which is the Telly and Friends. So I think that's what's going to be very special about it this year too, is that we're combining two events into one. And I mean, again, I truthfully believe the lineup is super diverse. You got Latin artists, you got super rage emo rap artists, you got an MC, old school hip hop. It's truthfully a lineup you don't want to miss. You know,
something for everyone.
The Halloween theme. You mean dress up, go out with your friends.
What costume will y'all be wearing?
I don't know. I gotta go find one.
You'll have to come on the 18th and come check it out.
Real quick, how did the name Lose It come together, and what was like the idea behind that?
So I actually started the brand LMG, but before that, I used to have a clothing brand called Stay Lose It, which was a skateboard and BMX brand here in Denver back in 2018. Okay. That's actually kind of what caused that little, do I want to do this or not want to, from 2018 to 2020. Okay. So from Stay Lose It, I switched it to Just Lose It. I was sponsoring skaters, BMXers here in Colorado. Yeah, it was cool. We had a clothing brand. I had customized deck boards, skate deck boards.
Oh, shit, you're doing boards and everything?
Yeah, man, I actually still have two. And, you know, I started to realize that I was kind of dipping my toes into something that is kind of out of my specialty. Like, I had a love for it, but I wasn't really in love with it how I was with music. So I kind of separated myself from that. And I really, once I started getting into music and I met Brittany and Aj, you know, I kept telling them I want to kind of do something for the community, at least try to help the local artists. Again, this is still, LMG is still something new, and we're still trying to find our structure and all that. But yeah, once I spoke to Brett about it, we kind of came up with a plan, and we came up with Lose It Music Group for now. Yeah.
Okay, fire.
Yeah.
Do you want to get signed, or do you want to stay independent? Or
you know, the goal for me has always been, I want to get signed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I always thought, like, hey, I'm at this point in my life. I'm not getting any younger. Someone throws me $500K. Let's do it for a good contract.
Right.
But as of right now, you know, I'm kind of 50-50. You know, I would love to stay independent, because then I have full control of my music. I get to do what I want to do, and most of the income would really kind of go towards me too, you know. And I'm like I said, like I just want to live off of music. I want to live off comfortably, but I also want to leave. I kind of it's tough because I want to live comfortably, but I also want to leave a legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I guess it's 50-50 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I see a couple. You got the music symbol tag
Yeah.
right here.
Hmm?
Does that say fight?
Oh, this says fighter.
Fighter?
Yeah,
You
because
got a couple neck tags. What were like the ideas behind some of these?
of course the music, no, because I love music. Music has been very impactful in my life, so I was like, why not put it on my face?
Yeah.
Fighter, because I mean, if you really get to know me, if you know me, like as a person, I'm a fighter. I fight for what I want, for what I believe in.
Mhm.
You know, again, as you heard my story a little bit, I've gone through some stuff in my life, and I've always
Right.
fought through it. And you know, my other tattoos are just kind of things that I like, that are just kind of my personal likings and whatnot. This kind of goes towards the trauma with the whole. It's like shattered glass. That it's like I'm broken, but what's broken can be fixed. And then these are just other tattoos that I just enjoy and like. Yeah.
Was there a thought, and maybe I'm just assuming this, but was there a thought behind like getting this specifically the music symbol of like kind of extra motivation for you
It's to remind me.
like keep going and not quit and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's almost like I guess in a sense, if I really think about it, it's almost like you look at yourself in the mirror every single day, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna look at your face every day.
A reminder of your love for music.
Yeah, to keep going. And once I'm like
Goals.
80 years old and God knows where I'm at, maybe I'll look at it one day and remember my whole journey to
Right.
my music journey of hopefully where it got me to or where it
Okay.
could have got me to and stuff. Yeah.
Are y'all spiritual or religious at all, or?
No, not really. I mean, I believe in a higher power and
Mhm.
and karma. I mean, I believe in karma, so don't
Right,
do bad. Bad will come back to you.
Facts.
Guess I would say spiritual. I
Yeah.
believe in a higher power as well. I mean, I believe there's a God. Yeah.
Okay. Alright. What's one piece of advice you'd give any artist who's trying to make it out, or coming out of like a place like Denver where we're not necessarily known?
Oh, yeah.
Be weary
hip-hop
of
and
those
stuff.
who want to make your dream happen. So just be weary.
Why do you say
Be
that?
weary, because people can say that they can do a lot of things for you, but you can do a lot of things for yourself if you really put your mind to it.
Very true.
You put a price tag on your dreams, and I don't think anyone deserves a price tag on your dreams.
That's real.
That's facts. That is facts. For me, I would say be original. Don't try to copy what the next artist is doing. There's too many copycats. Truthfully, there's enough of the
Yeah.
copycats. Be original. Do something different. Believe in yourself, truthfully. And yeah, I mean, well, you've been saying all night, slow and steady wins the race, right?
Right.
Yeah, don't rush it.
It's okay to be inspired or
Oh yeah.
to have like I got inspired by other blog platforms. How
Sure.
can I add my own twist to it?
Right.
You can learn
I,
from them.
Right, I could be a dope artist and I can maybe use some techniques that I see in other dope artists, but how can I have my own sound? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. I mean, there's so many artists where like I'll go to their show, and some people might not like this, but when maybe they'll sing a cover or something
Right.
like that, but it's their version of how they sing it in their own voice. So like, you know, your rendition means a lot in this world.
right. And
Yeah.
with cover, I appreciate that more because it's like, okay, you're intentionally covering
Yes.
another artist, and it's like, okay, this is what you're doing. But there be artists that like are trying to pretend to be their own swag, but it's like, bro, you sound just like EBK Young Jock. You sound just like all these Detroit rappers. You sound just like whoever, and it's like they're already popping, bro. Like if I want to listen to that, I'm just gonna go listen to
To the
them.
main source.
Right.
Like
Exactly. But you
yeah.
know what? I've noticed that this new generation, I don't know, they just don't really care. They
Yeah.
they want to keep listening to it, which is cool. Hey, do what you got to do. But eventually,
It's gonna fizzle out.
It's gonna fizzle out.
Right.
It's gonna fizzle out. But yeah.
All right, I like the advice. Is there any final thoughts, shout outs, last minute things y'all want to speak on?
I would say follow the Lucid Music Group page on Instagram for any updates that myself, Telly, Ajay, any of us, that anything we're up to, especially things like our event on October 18th.
We hope to see you there.
All right. Where can they find y'all at on Instagram, like personal accounts?
Yeah, my
Twitter, stuff
personal
like
account
that.
is Brettany Rebecca, BRETTNEY, Rebecca, like usual.
And you can find me Telly_Denver, TELLY_Denver.
Easy. Can I get a shout out for Mile High Minute one time?
Yeah.
Shout out to Mile High Minute, the best blog in Denver, Colorado. Gonna be mainstream. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. And again, hope to see you October 18th.
Much love. I
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yep, I appreciate it. Make sure y'all go follow Telly, Brittany, Losing Music Group, everything, all that. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that. Links will be in the description of this interview. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Comment down below your favorite song by Telly. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell button to stay notified when all the latest news drops. Make sure y'all follow Mile High Minute, everything, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that. Links will be in the description. Mile High Minute, #1 blog in the universe.
Yes, get your interview in.
We out. Appreciate you.
Go.